Hey there, Knowledge November. Let's talk about looking after our sheepskin saddle pads. And this is when I'm talking about sheepskin, I'm talking about on leather. So when you look at like my saddle pads, anything NSC that's a wool, you can tell if it's on leather by going underneath and seeing if the wool is actually attached to a piece of leather. So all of my pads in this cream color are lamb's wool, and lamb being that they haven't been shorn before. So the fiber is actually, it's kind of zigzaggy on lamb's wool as opposed to a sheep or lamb who has been shorn. When they grow back their fiber, it's actually longer and straighter, and it doesn't have that ziggy. So you actually get a lot more benefits from lamb's wool than you do sheepskin. The other reason why I don't sell a lot of colored wool is because they dye sheep, not the lamb so much. So I use the light color lamb, which of course means it gets dirtier, but you get way better properties with lamb than you do with sheep. So on the back of the wool is leather, or you can think of it the way it's been veggie tanned. It's more like a chamois. You remember like a leather chamois you clean your cars with or chalkboards with. So it's a very, very soft type of leather. So it's been tanned correctly. It's been veggie tanned, so it's really high quality leather. But these don't do well in washing a lot of the time. So nowadays, unfortunately, we've discovered that even the fancier washing machines, even on a cold cycle, will have a hot water rinse. So try to find out whether your machine does that. It's like a default. So if you have on your machine the option to do a wool cycle, that'll be a cold water one, and that is what we want. The water should never be hotter than 30 degrees Celsius. So we want it cold is best. You want to, when they're very dirty, take, you know, the wire hair brushes that we use for dogs and cats. Get yourself one of those and brush out the majority of the dirt before you put it in the washing machine, because it won't, on a gentle cycle, you're not going to have as much agitation. So you want to get rid of most of the built up dirt. If you're using, especially on the saddle pads where the wool is actually on the horse. In the half pads here that don't touch the horse and they start getting flatter, if you were to brush your sheepskin, say once a month with that wire haired brush, you would actually make it last longer, because as the wool gets compact, it loses its benefits. So brush them. The wire hair brush is best. So get as much dirt out as you can, shake it out, blah, blah, blah. So then when you go to wash them, depending on what type of machine you have, you can inside out them a bit, wash them like this. You're putting in a cold cycle, and then you want to use a product like this. This is one I sell. It's called Woolskin. It's a shampoo and conditioner for wool on leather. Okay, it's a very specific product for this, and I will put a picture of it on the thing. Fantastic product designed for that. Cheap sheepskin, cheaper, like not my own product, but other ones, you can't wash all of them. Some of them will shrink. So product you want to use, you can also add some lanolin to your wash to soften that up. Follow the instructions on that. Cold water washing. Then the most important thing is after it's been washed and it comes out, you want to take it, no dryer, no sunlight. That's super bad on it as well. Heat, direct heat, no radiators, no anything. If you have a drying rack, even better. So take the sheepskin out, give it a big shake, and then lay it down on a table or something, and you want to stretch it, because this chamois has now gotten wet. You need to pull it apart. So this, the cotton on the back, is not going to shrink, but this can shrink. And then when this shrinks, you'll get all these wrinkles along here, and it can distort the shape and things like that. So you want to take it out and stretch it, like really pull on it flip it upside down, dry it like this. If you have a drying rack, it's great because it's drying from both sides equally. And, you know, partway through the day, go and give it another stretch. Don't wash them often. Like, you know, if you can, hand wash, hose down, anything, but, you know, we can't guarantee that your machine is going to do a good job and doesn't shrink them. And I can't replace bad washing, okay? So I sent some of these off to Old Country Laundry, and they guaranteed me they'd do cold water washing and all the rest of it. I told them not to dry them. However, they put them in the air dryer, I think, and it was too late. So they will shrink up in the air dryer because they're not getting stretched out. So wash them, stretch, especially front to back, because once they get distorted, and this, you'll see the wrinkles because the leather has shrunk. I know what's happened to them. So, you know, don't tell me it was washed cold water and all the rest of it, because when the leather shrinks and the cotton doesn't, it's very noticeable what happens. Every once in a while, there'll be a faulty piece of sheepskin, and what will happen is like it can rip or something. If this has been washed in hot water or has gotten in direct sunlight, the skin will perish very quickly and it will dry, and you'll actually be able to like pull it and tear the leather. When that happens, I know again it's been in contact with hot or a very aggressive detergent of some sort. So, you know, it's very obvious when they haven't been looked after properly. So yeah, brushing, washing, stretching, and using a correct product. There are others on the market. We used to have jodhpurs with leather, and you could buy a leather wash for them. I know some people have used Murphy's oil soap, which has some good oils in it and stuff as well, but I'm going to recommend this product because this is exactly what it's designed for. So, thank you.